In a village unlike any other, people had a peculiar gift: they could borrow voices from one another. This power allowed the timid to speak boldly, the unarticulate to express themselves eloquently, and the sorrowful to sing with joy. Their voices, once borrowed, could be used for a time, but they always returned to their original owners. Among the villagers was a shy boy named Lucian. Lucian rarely spoke, his soft voice often lost amidst the bustle of the village. He longed to speak boldly, especially to a girl named Aveline, who enchanted him with her warmth and laughter. But every time he tried to approach her, his words faltered, leaving him silent. One day, Lucian came upon the village poet, a man known for his captivating words that could paint vivid pictures and stir the hearts of all who listened. Gathering his courage, Lucian approached him and said, "May I borrow your voice? Just for a little while." The poet, understanding Lucian's longing, smiled kindly and agreed. "You may use my voice, but remember, words are powerful only when they come from a heart." Lucian nodded eagerly and borrowed the poet's voice. With this newfound eloquence, he approached Aveline at the market. "Aveline," he began, his words flowing like a melody, "your laughter is the sun that lights my world, your smile the moon that guides my nights." Aveline turned, surprised by the sudden poetry. She smiled, charmed by the beauty of his words. "Lucian, I never knew you could speak so beautifully," she said, her cheeks tinged with a blush. Encouraged, Lucian continued to weave poetic phrases, basking in her attention. For days, Lucian used the poet's voice to talk with Aveline, his confidence growing with each conversation. But one morning, as he greeted her by the well, he opened his mouth to speak, and no words came. The poet's voice had returned to its rightful owner, leaving Lucian with only his own quiet, unsure tone. Lucian felt his heart sink. Without the borrowed voice, how could he possibly hold Aveline's attention? Yet, as he stood there, Aveline tilted her head, waiting patiently. Summoning every ounce of courage, Lucian spoke in his own voice. "Aveline, I don't have fancy words. But what I feel is real. You make my days brighter just by being you." The words were simple, but they carried a sincerity that no borrowed voice could match. Aveline's eyes softened as she reached out to touch his hand. "Lucian, I like the poetry, but I like this even more. It feels honest." Lucian's heart swelled with relief and joy. In that moment, he realized the poet's voice had been a crutch, but it was his own voice, though quiet and unpolished, that truly mattered. From then on, Lucian spoke with his own voice, learning to embrace its unique rhythm and tone. The villagers noticed the change, inspired by his newfound confidence. Even the poet, when Lucian returned to thank him, nodded approvingly. "Your voice, Lucian, is as powerful as any, because it is yours." The story gives a moral lesson that borrowing someone else's voice may provide temporary confidence, but the words that truly resonate are those spoken from the heart. Embrace your unique voice, for it holds the power to connect, inspire, and heal.